So this message came thundering into my head. My mind heard these words, and my body, it was like every cell knew this was the truth. Hi everyone, Dr. Andrea O'Connor here, and welcome to my Medical True Stories. So I was working at a TV news station here in Arizona, and this was the 90s, and I was fresh out of college, and I was slowly working towards my career, and I had goals like traveling the world, interviewing interesting people, and meeting celebrities. I mean, it was really starting to happen in my career. I remember once they had me drive to the airport. They said, you've got to go pick up the band Air Supply. And if you're under the age of 45, you probably don't know who I'm talking about, but I was really excited. You remember the songs like Lost in Love and I'm All Out of Love? Yeah, that was Air Supply. Really fun. And they were really friendly and down to earth. That was awesome. And I also got to meet political people. Like I met John McCain, the former POW and U.S. Senator, and he was so charming and friendly. And he even complimented the blouse I had on. I had a really retro 70s blouse on. I just will never forget that. I even got to sit on the floor, the basketball court, when the Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley, Dan Marley, it was in our heyday. They led us to victory. It was a really exciting time. That was amazing. So things were really happening in my career, but everything was about to change. So I was at home one day watching TV, watching the talk show Donahue. And give a like below if you remember the show Donahue. He was interviewing a nurse who had been to Bosnia, and she was recounting what it was like to care for patients during the atrocities she witnessed and what it took her to help those who needed her despite all the desperation and violence happening all around her. I mean, the story was riveting. And that's when it hit. This message blasted into my head, and I heard, this is what you need to do. This is what life is all about. I mean, I was stunned. My whole body, I felt lighter. I kind of had the chills, and I had this surge of adrenaline. And I sat there through the rest of this interview, just, riveted to the screen. And I felt like I was sitting in a sacred space. Like, this is what life's about, what she's saying, making a difference. She was talking about being brave despite her fear and helping others for her own sacrifice and her own safety. And, it could be that I was young at the time. I mean, I was in my 20s. I still had stars in my eyes about the future and life was fun. And, the future has endless possibilities and, it was all about that. But this was different. This was truth. I had a conviction now. And I was a different person after that. People in healthcare and teaching and even ministries talk about having the calling. I had always heard that, but I didn't really know what they were talking about. Like they had some force or message that led them down a different path. And I now had an inkling of what they were talking about. I think I just got the calling. I got the call. So I had to make a change now. Like, I had to do something about it immediately. I was finally awake, and I just saw that my past and everything I had done up until that point was now just kind of superficial and on the surface, and nothing I was really doing was making a difference, and it didn't even really matter. And I just did a 180 on my career. I stopped going to work. I stopped showing up at the news station, and I got a call. They were like, hey, are you okay? Where are you? Like, we need you at work. And I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry, I didn't give a 2 weeks notice, but it was just that strong of a conviction. And they were like, well, we're glad you're okay. And I can't even remember how I ended the phone call. I was just like, yeah, I quit. I'm not coming back. And that was after years of working for this job. 300 people had applied for that position, they told me, and I was the one to get it. So I think they were shocked that I was just going to walk away from this. So it wasn't easy. I had to go back to college and take a lot of prerequisite courses, and getting through nursing school, all of us out there that are nurses know how hard it is to get to nursing school, but something's driving you. You have that calling, for the most part, driving you to get through it. I'm sure the same is with people that have the drive to go to veterinary school or engineering school or architecture school. I thought I had the calling in journalism, but this was soul deep level. Like, there was conviction and connection to a higher energy, a higher power, let's say. So, I think the fact that it took me years to get through this, I would just keep remembering, like, to this day, I can remember sitting there in front of the TV and just getting that full body conviction of, like, this is what life's about. It's about helping people. There is, I can't remember what book this was from, but they talked about Holocaust survivors and, the trauma they went through, and how they got through it was by helping others, volunteering and helping others. And that is a good treatment strategy for people that have anxiety, depression, or even some trauma. You get out there and volunteer and help others. I'm telling you what, it will fill up your soul and your spirit. You will actually start to heal. We're all connected. We are. And it gives you a glimpse of that. And so it's something to consider. And, also, no matter what age you are, it's never too late. If you have this little voice in the back of your head talking to you, kind of saying, like, come on, you've always wanted to do this. You've always dreamed of opening that business or going to school for that. I just want to say it's never too late. When I decided after nursing school to go back to naturopathic medical school, because I saw some amazing things going on with that, I think I was finally 40 years old when I was finishing. So, it's just never too late. I don't regret a second of that. And, there's even a saying that, like, I won't finish school till I'm 45 or 50. What's the point? Well, you're going to be 45 or 50 anyway. So why not take the leap? I mean, if we're lucky enough to live long enough, you're going to be there anyway. Wouldn't you rather be 45 or 50 years old, or even 60 or 70 years old, and say, like, I went for it. I went for that dream, whether I succeeded or failed, at least I went for it, right? So it's life-changing. I invite you to be brave and listen to that thunderous message if you get one, or that little voice. It doesn't even have to be thunderous, that little voice inside your head saying, maybe I should go for it, and just and listen to my heart. Well, give a like below if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I just want to say I'm very thankful. This summer has been amazing. My channel went from 1,000 subscribers to today 40,000 subscribers, and this has just been a really amazing, fun journey this summer, seeing all the changes to the channel. So I just want to say thank you, and I will see you on the next one.